Lesson 13, where is? Okay, in the last lesson we looked at our shortcut. If we forget the word where is, we've also always got yes, but let's get where is. And we'll start with where. Okay, where, let's listen to that.
Gdzie? Gdzie? Gdzie?
Now that one can seem like a bit of a struggle. It's very unusual for us to come across G and D. So the way I think of it to start with, as I remember this Gdansk. Everybody's really heard of Gdansk, and so we've got this Gd there as well, but we've got Gj here because it's DZ. Gj. Practice it a few times. We're going to practice it a lot today, and hopefully it will roll off the tongue in a few minutes from now. Right, so let's say where is. Obviously we know the Polish for is, so that's not a problem. Where is?
Gdzie jest? Gdzie jest?
And I'm also going to add the slightly tricky word of excuse me, because often we want to say, excuse me, where is the bank? And we also might want to say, excuse me, because you're in the way. And we also might want to say, excuse me, because we've just trodden on someone's foot. So a very, very useful one, even if it is a little bit tricky.
Przepraszam. Przepraszam.
Okay, and we'll see there this sham at the end. This SZ is how we get our sh sounding Polish. SZ gives us our sh. So it's a good one to sometimes remember, because when we're looking for, oh, I need to say a word that, I need to write this word, I know it sounds sh. Well, just think, imagine your brain says, excuse me, I know. And you having that przepraszam, and you'll get that esh, that sh sound again. Let's hear it a couple more times.
Przepraszam. Przepraszam.
Okay, we're going to go through 8 sentences now, which you will be able to work out, maybe fast, maybe you want to pause the lesson, but 8 sentences so that you can really practice the where is and this excuse me. And then we'll look at thinking out our own sentence when we actually don't know what the word is in Polish, but we know that we can transfer it from English. Okay, let's have a practice. And we'll start with, excuse me, where is the museum? Excuse me, where is the museum?
Przepraszam, gdzie jest muzeum? Przepraszam, gdzie jest muzeum?
Excuse me, where is a good supermarket? Excuse me, where is a good supermarket?
Przepraszam, gdzie jest dobry supermarket? Przepraszam, gdzie jest dobry supermarket?
Excuse me, where is the bank? Excuse me, where is the bank?
Przepraszam, gdzie jest bank? Przepraszam, gdzie jest bank?
Excuse me, where is a or the good bistro? Where is a or the good bistro?
Przepraszam, gdzie jest dobre bistro? Przepraszam, gdzie jest dobre bistro?
Again, just a reminder there, this difference between a and the, it's all in the context. So if you're in a town and everybody knows that there's only one good bistro, and everybody's been telling you there's only one good bistro, and now you can't remember the name of that bistro, you can just ask that and see where you end up. Obviously, if that's not the case, you're just asking for a good bistro, and hopefully someone will point you in the direction of one that does have edible food. Fingers crossed. Okay, let's do some more. Okay, let's move inside. Excuse me, where is the coffee? Excuse me, where is the coffee?
Przepraszam, gdzie jest kawa? Przepraszam, gdzie jest kawa?
Excuse me, where is the pizza? Excuse me, where is the pizza?
Przepraszam, gdzie jest pizza? Przepraszam, gdzie jest pizza?
Excuse me, where is the good wine? Excuse me, where is the good wine?
Przepraszam, gdzie jest dobre wino? Przepraszam, gdzie jest dobre wino?
Excuse me, where is the organic wine? Excuse me, where is the organic wine?
Przepraszam, gdzie jest organiczne wino? Przepraszam, gdzie jest organiczne wino?
And excuse me, where is the organic organic food? Excuse me, where is the organic food?
Przepraszam, gdzie jest organiczne jedzenie? Przepraszam, gdzie jest organiczne jedzenie?
Okay, now here's one which we need to spend a little bit of time on. Let's ask, excuse me, where is the station? Now station, you'll probably notice it ends shon, so we know that we need to change that to sia. So how can we ask, excuse me, where is the station?
Przepraszam, gdzie jest stacja? Przepraszam, gdzie jest stacja?
Now obviously stations usually come in two major forms in any main town or city, and we're talking about train station or bus station. There's obviously also petrol station, which is a direct translation from the English, but if you're asking where a station is, someone's going to assume you're wanting a bus station or a train station. Obviously if you're standing very close to one, they'll assume you want that one. But the question is, how can we get that difference between bus station and train station? Well, the stations are named after two different things. We've got the PKP, and the frustratingly close PKS. Okay, PKP and PKS. Let me just tidy that up. Very bad S. Right. This is like saying British Rail Station if you're from Britain. PKP is the state-run company which runs the railways. So it's like the old way we used to say, where is the British Rail Station? And this is the state-run bus company. So it also starts PK, but this time it ends in an S. Right, now so you'd be asking gdzie jest stacja PKS or gdzie jest stacja PKP to make it clear which one you want. The problem is, how do you remember these two, because they're so close together, to remember that this one means train and this one means bus. Okay, so my system for doing this was to look at these last letters, the P and the S, and the P is a straight line. The P is a straight line. So that reminds me of a railway line, which is normally straight. Trains do go round corners but very slowly, but railway lines are often very straight. This S reminds me of a curving road. Okay, so we've got this curving road going on here, and that's, buses. Buses can go around curving roads, but trains can't. So that's my mental hook for which is which. So let's try that. Where is the rail station? Where is the rail station?
Przepraszam, gdzie jest stacja PKP? Przepraszam, gdzie jest stacja PKP?
And excuse me, where is the bus station? Excuse me, where is the bus station?
Przepraszam, gdzie jest stacja PKS? Przepraszam, gdzie jest stacja PKS?
Okay, two other keywords, locations that you'll need to ask where is. A restaurant for when you're hungry and a toilet for when you want the toilet. So let's start just by listening to restaurant
Restauracja. Restauracja.
and to toilet.
Toaleta. Toaleta.
Let's just go back to restaurant because you may have noticed something, which is that it ends cia. Right, and we know from our fuzzy memories that surely if you swap a cia back to shun, you should get whatever the English is. Which doesn't really make much sense, restoration. First of all, it's spelt wrong. And second of all, restoration what? We restore buildings, we restore antiques. What's going on here? This bugged me for a long time, what was happening here. And so I had a little bit of a dig around about the word restaurant. Where did it come from? And they say that back in the 1700s, somebody in France opened a shop, but not a coffee shop, but a soup shop. A place you could go in and eat some soup. You could go in, sit down and eat some soup. And he put a sign in the door which said, and I'll paraphrase a bit because it was more elegant than this, but a sign that said, "Come in and let my soup restore you. Let my soup restore you." Aha. So, and this restoring idea of what I'm selling is going to restore you started to catch on. Other people opened places offering that they would restore their customers, and slowly restoration became a common word for restaurants. And that's probably how it wended its way through from a shun word into a cia word in the Polish. And toilet, there's a fairly simple one in terms of translation. Sounds very similar. A great one to practice your pronunciation because we've got all our favourites in there. O for orbit, A for apple, F for element, and another A for apple. Right, let's try asking for them. Excuse me, where is a restaurant? Excuse me, where is a restaurant?
Przepraszam, gdzie jest restauracja? Przepraszam, gdzie jest restauracja?
And let's ask, excuse me, where is the toilet? Excuse me, where is the toilet?
Przepraszam, gdzie jest toaleta? Przepraszam, gdzie jest toaleta?
Okay, so we've learned how to ask where, and we've learned where is. So, and we've also learned that this important difference between the PKP stacja and the PKS stacja. PKP, that nice straight P like a railway line. The S of stacja PKS, like this winding road with a bus on it. That's just how you picture them. And we've also learned that the English word restaurant does actually have its origins in the word restoration. So even discovered something else about our own language there.